What is up, familia? Welcome back to another episode of the Business Lounge. I'm your host, Kimberly Ann Jimenez, and I'm so excited to dive into today's topic because it's a good one. It's something that we really need to master as entrepreneurs, as small business owners, as creators, and it's the lifeblood of our business, right? We need a solid sales system. And this is going to be extremely helpful because I'm going to walk you through the 3 steps of creating a solid, profitable online sales system so that you're attracting leads and sales, quality leads and sales, and turning your followers into buyers, into clients, and into customers. So let's dive right in. We need to first address some of the limiting beliefs that we have seen in the industry grow kind of out of control, to be honest. We also saw that a lot of the messaging from influencers, right? Influencers, they typically profit directly from their content. And a lot of influencers were influencing business owners and entrepreneurs. And so a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs were just modeling what influencers were doing. And so what tends to happen after that is that entrepreneurs just tend to get so burned out with the content game, with the social media growth game, because of course, right? They're building a business. So they're having to fulfill orders and decide on packaging and design new products and develop systems and lead a team and, be the accountant and the bookkeeper and wear like a million different hats that influencers don't need to do. So of course, influencers are creating incredible TikToks and amazing Instagram reels and, all the latest content on YouTube with a million different angles and making it look so incredible. And they're so good at what they do that oftentimes business owners start like comparing themselves to influencers. And then that leads into this like rabbit hole of burnout, comparisonitis, and just feeling blah about what you're doing, just feeling unworthy, like you can never compete and never compare. And so for us, we have to just change our mindset and change our perspective around the way that we sell and how we enter the online marketplace and position ourselves so that people know that we're business owners, people know that we're entrepreneurs. I cannot tell you how many times actually I have been just totally mesmerized by someone's content and been like, sell me something. Please sell me something. Like, I want to buy something from you. And being disappointed that, they only had affiliate links or they never developed their own product. And I just think that there's so much opportunity for us as entrepreneurs to take territory, really, to just be like, hey, this is who we are. We're business owners, we're small business owners, we're entrepreneurs, and we're doing our thing. We're serving people, we're making an impact, and we're doing so with integrity. Okay, so lots of preamble there, I know, but I just wanted to touch on a little bit of the mindset before we dive into the practical application, because I think both of them are really, really important. Most people are marketing on social media and they think that that's kind of like how you get exposure and it's word of mouth kind of thing. And we just post content or maybe we share behind the scenes of our product. Maybe we link it, right? If we are a little brave and we're actually selling things, and that's it, right? That's where it ends. It's just like, I just market it on social media. I can't tell you the million reasons for why you should not be doing that. And I'm not telling you as like shame or condemnation. I'm saying this because I want you to succeed. I want you to be prepared and empowered no matter what. We have seen the shifts in social media. We have seen how unreliable platforms can be. And at the end of the day, social media is a fantastic way to penetrate a market and get exposure, but you don't own that relationship. You don't own the relationship with your customer. At any point in time, social media platforms can say, oh, you're booted out. That's it. Like, we changed our terms of service and you have violated them without even knowing, and you're out, right? We don't want that. We want to start building our email list or our text list or both, ideally, so that we're capturing leads. And the way that you do that is you change the relationship between a follower to a subscriber, right? To a lead, to someone who says, hey, I'm interested in hearing about what you have to offer, but maybe I'm not ready to buy right now, right? Maybe I'm not ready to buy right now. Less than 1% of the people who land on your website are ready to make a purchase right then and there. They need a little bit more convincing, a little bit more trust, and a little bit more relationship building. And that's where something like a lead magnet comes into place. That's where you actually get to share the relationship and build a little bit more of that know, like, and trust factor. And so a lead magnet is just a freebie, right? A freemium. Some people call it a freemium. Some people just call it a free download. And essentially, it's anything of value that you can give your leads in exchange for their contact information, in exchange for being a part of your email list. A lot of you guys who are product-based businesses, you could choose to do let's say a gift guide. It could be a 25% discount code or any percentage discount code. It could be a checklist or a download. It could be an audio or a video tutorial. It can be anything really. It could be a class. It could be a free course. There's so many different formats, but that's not what's important. What's important is that you create something simple that you can offer that is really valuable to the people who are engaging with you on social media, so that you can move them off social media and onto your email list where you can control the relationship, right? Of course, they can always opt out of your list if they don't want to hear from you again, but a very small percentage of people will do that because hopefully you're sending really valuable emails and you can stay in touch. So it's really important, especially if you have a product-based business, that you are consistently staying in touch with the people who might potentially buy from you. And then the second element, right? So first element in your sales system is that lead magnet. So you want to have a really solid lead magnet. The second is that next step, which is an email sequence. So ideally, you are sending people an automated email that delivers whatever you promise them. So if you promise them, a checklist or a PDF or a report or a free ebook or an audio or a course or a discount code, whatever that might be, you want to deliver that immediately via an email. And so you want to choose an email service provider. There's so many, but we highly recommend ConvertKit or MailerLite. Those are our two favorites. And I will leave in the description a entire blog post that I wrote back in 2016, but it's still super, super valuable about ConvertKit and why we had switched to that tool. You're going to love it. So if you're curious about okay, what tool do I use and how do I make that happen? Email service provider. You're going to be covered. There's so many out there. So whichever one you're using, awesome. Just make sure that it has the ability of having that automated sequence so you can actually put a lead through a journey of becoming a customer. And so essentially you want to have at least a 3-part email series that's automated. And you're going to be sharing maybe some valuable content, maybe some tips, and then you want to pitch your product at the end. It's really that simple. It doesn't have to be overly complicated, but it just needs to happen automatically. So now you're essentially replicating a sales call or a sales message instead of talking to every single person individually that might download your lead magnet. Now you have a tool doing it for you. And that's really cool because you can then start building your email list and sending more people right through that lead magnet. And then they're going to be receiving these sets of emails that give them more value, maybe walk them through your lead magnet, and then offer them a discount, offer them something cool, the next step really in becoming a client or a customer. And that next step can be anything, right? That's where we get to the third part of this. The third part is having a sales page. And depending on the type of product, program, or service that you have, you may or may not need to do this. If you're a service-based provider, then you probably want to book a discovery call. And so you're just going to send them to a landing page where they can book a free discovery call, learn a little bit more about your services, and that's it, right? Very simple, very straightforward. Sales pages are one of the most important assets online. A sales page enables you to actually have a sales conversation just digitally, automatically, right? Because you're not necessarily sitting there in front of that person every single time, answering their objections or their questions. The sales page can do that for you. And we have seen sales pages convert beautifully for e-commerce entrepreneurs, so physical products. We also see them convert really, really well for service-based, even high-ticket clients, right? Even if you sell something really, really expensive. And then we've also seen them convert extremely well for course creators and, digital resource designers, people who sell digital content or digital resources. So coaches and teachers and trainers, it's so, so awesome. So if you don't know how to actually create a sales page or how to even get started, we'd love to walk you through that process. Inside the Business Lounge, we have an entire course called Sales Pages That Convert with a 12-step template and everything, so you can plug and play it. But if you're not part of the membership, definitely sign up for the waitlist. It's so, 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 so good. Seriously, you're going to love it. We'll have the link to the waitlist below. But hey, maybe you don't want to join our membership. Totally cool. I think you should absolutely use this free well, it's not free. You still have to pay for it, but it's minimal investment. Ray Edwards has an incredible book. I love this book. It's called How to Write Copy That Sells, and you can snag it off Amazon. We'll link to it here as well on the podcast show notes and in the YouTube description in case you have questions about that. It'll also be on our blog, which is where you can get all the links and resources that we don't have time to share with you here. So definitely always check out the blog. It's really good. I love this book. It is fantastic. It's going to help you understand how to message your business in a way that translates online. Because not a lot of times it doesn't always translate. And this is also something that we see often with people who are trying to sell more via the internet, right? Sell more digital products. Not digital products, but sell via a digital medium, meaning, services or products that are physical or courses. And they're like, I just don't know how to communicate what I actually offer in a way that's valuable, because it's so much different than just sitting down with someone who you can have a conversation with and interact with and see like what their objections might be. So Ray Edwards, fantastic resource. He kind of breaks it down in a really cool way. So highly recommend that read. And so speaking of profitability, sales, and putting it all together for your business, I wanted to invite you to a brand new class that Chris and I have put together specifically for people like you who may not have a solid sales system just yet. And we're going to walk you through our exact blueprint for how we actually turn content and engagement and followers into more clients and customers every single day on autopilot and without using ads. Here, we're going to be breaking down exactly how we built 3 multi-million-dollar companies using this exact same strategy. And the best news is you do not need a super large following on social media to make it happen. Because again, we're business owners, not influencers, and we're going to show you exactly how to do just that. You can go over to profitabilityclass.com. That is profitabilityclass.com to sign up. It's totally free. You don't need to buy anything to get insane amounts of value just from being exposed to this concept. I think it's such an important thing and something that we're super, super passionate to help more business owners and entrepreneurs do, so that you can start actually funding the mission, so you can start getting more clients, more customers, and like Holly, start seeing some serious momentum in your list building and in your sales. So we're super, super excited about that. If you'd like to join us, again, profitabilityclass.com. And of course, if you enjoyed this episode, we'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below if you are listening to this on YouTube, what kind of business you run. Is it a product-based business? Do you have a service-based business? Or do you have a course-based business or digital business? We'd love to hear from you. Let us know in the comments below. And I would also love to know, which of these 3 elements are you going to work on next? Are you going to create a lead magnet? Are you going to get yourself a really great email sequence, like an automated follow-up sequence, or are you going to start building a sales page? So you might have these already. Tell us which one you're going to be working on. And if you do not have them, let us know which one you're going to be starting out with. We'd love to hear from you. And for those of you who are listening on the podcast, come over to Instagram and let me know. Do you have questions? Do you want to know, like, Kim, like, how do I even get started? How would this work for me? Let me know. I love hearing from you guys. You guys send me the coolest DMs and the coolest questions. And maybe we'll even answer some of those in the next episode. So I love you. I hope that you enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next one. Un beso. I'm rooting for you. And don't forget that you have incredible God-given gifts that deserve to be multiplied. You've been put on this earth for a purpose and for a reason. Don't give up. Keep moving forward with a lot of resilience. We are rooting for you all the way. Bye for now.